Going to set up channel 3 for a water temperature sender. This is just a standard Autometer sender, number 2258. You go to the Autometer website and it has their specifications for their senders. We're going to use the resistance, the ohms resistance at 3 different temperatures, 100, 212, and 300. The gauges I'll be using this for, one is 100 to 250, that's for coolant, and one is 140 to 300 degrees, and that is for oil temperature. So we're going to go to the gauge, going to right click, we're going to name it coolant underscore T for temp. We're going to set it up as an external 0 to 5 volt input, and we're going to use a custom lookup table down here, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to use the thermistor temp sensor. So we click on that. We want our gauge in Fahrenheit. I like using resistance in ohms instead of k ohms. Just easier for me to type it in. We're going to do the coolant temperature gauge, so we're going to go from 100 to 250 Fahrenheit. The sensor is grounded, so keep this on the ground button there. And now we're going to go, our temperatures we said were 100 and 212 and 300. So we look at our website info. 100F is 1123 ohms. So 1123. Our 212 ohms is 119. So 119. Our 300 degree ohms is 32. Put in 32. Since we have to use a load resistor on this circuit, I'm going to see what they recommend to determine the best load resistor. 220, that's a standard standard size resistor, standard ohm rating resistor, so we'll keep that. We're going to click on create table. So now, since the gauge reads in volts, the Logworks program automatically converts it from resistance to volts at 5 volts with a 220 ohm load resistor feeding the circuit. So 250 degrees is 1.139 volts, and colder temperatures there's a higher resistance, so there's a higher voltage. It's 4.18. I'm going to say OK. We're going to click on OK. So now we have degrees Fahrenheit times 10, coolant temperature from 100 to 240. Don't have to have anything set up in, or you don't have to have the PC connected to the log chain or the SSI-4 to set up the channel. This is all it takes.